Okay, hi everybody. It's Ushma and me.
Yay!
So, over Christmas we did this thing with our group called Miraculous Maestros, where we did these quantum new conversations, and we would get together 5 days in a row between Christmas and New Year's. And we just would ramble about the new as we were finding our own way into some new conversations. Both of us, weren't we? And that was pretty exciting. And then we got into the new year and we were like, we can't stop having those conversations. They're amazing. So we kept having some of them and putting them into that event. So today I was exploring with that group, the Miraculous Maestros, a little bit of something's really different in how the field works now. You could call it the quantum field, the field of the new reality, the consciousness, call it what you want. And so I popped a quick live into that group and was exploring some of that. And you came on and we said, oh, let's have a conversation about what's new in the field, what's happening with it.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of a quick intro. Do you want to say anything about that before we dive in and look?
Yeah, just that's what's been alive for me for the last week or so. Actually, I'm really terrible with times. It might be a few days, it might be whatever.
Yeah.
But as we were exploring what we called at that time the quantum new,
Yeah.
and bringing the energies of it present, at the end of last week, it felt like it was in the air around us. And it feels to me that that is the new field, that the quantum new has landed, and it is this new, very see all the words that I'll find. We might take a bit of kind of wobbling to get the words for things, because we are talking about stuff as it's happening now, and we're trying to language the energies that are moving right now for us. So yeah.
Because it's not like we're talking about something like we have all the answers.
Exactly. And something
we
we've
know
been playing with forever. It's like, no, it's coming in.
Yeah, it's
and
brand
we're bringing it in now. Yeah.
And we're through this conversation kind of unfolding what it is that's brand new and how it's different. So I'll kind of encapsulate what I was just talking about in the live as I was rambling my way through it. And I was talking about the last 25 years. And I would say 25 years ago, if I was engaging with consciousness, it was there, and it was kind of static and informational, and I could, and then as I progressed, as I was using that in the next, 20 years ago, I would say I could go there for this information, there for this information, there for this. I could suss it this way. I could see someone's being, I could call their being into play through the field. We could, quicken, alive in consciousness and bring it present, elevate it, bring the new vibration. We could do all that stuff. That was 15, 20 years ago. And mostly we were working with potential at the time.
Yeah.
So potential was there in people. It just wasn't mostly realized or manifest yet. And you did the job to get their potential or their greater purpose or their greater being to come present. That's what we were doing. And then consciousness was like this warehouse or library. It was like a library of infinite intelligence. Everything was there. You wanted to know, you just asked, et cetera, et cetera. So in about 2012, we started to work with genius. And I was talking about how you pluck genius ideas from the field like this. You just pluck them. And then we started to work with possibilities. And when we started to work with possibilities, they occurred in the field for me like little wisps or seedlings. Like I could call a possibility and it would come into me and it would seed in me, and then I would bring my genius to it and my ideas, my innovation. I would bring things to it, and then I would give that back out into the world, whether that was tangibly, practically, or in another way. And so consciousness was more like a field of possibilities. It was becoming like a new dreaming space or something. It was starting to have more texture, more vitality, more liveness, more possibility. But I don't know why sorry, my alarm's going off. Let me just turn it off. That was for this call. So then what happened is, and this would be in the last year and a half, well, maybe even 2 or 3 years, source began to come present in everything, in us, the infinite source, creator, call it what you want. We drew it present, it came present, it was in, we drew it up and in, and talk about it how you want to. And all of a sudden, the field of consciousness was a sentient, alive, breathing, pulsing, engaging beingness. I don't want to say it was like specifically one thing. And there might be some people who say, oh, it's always been that way for me. Hallelujah, good for you. You know, like maybe the rest of us are working our ways towards it. I don't know. Or maybe we're creating it. Who's to say? But what I'm seeing now that's different, and this is in a tangible way of working with the field, that where I could draw possibilities before, and then I would have to innovate from those to bring it into reality. Or I could draw possibilities into the world and someone else would pick it up. But now if I take a circumstance of someone's trying to sell a house, or a friend of mine's trying to get a house built and the builder's going bankrupt, you got circumstances like that, right? So if I take it, and there's the field of what is, here's what is. We're in a pandemic, the real estate companies like this, housing markets like this, you know, you got family, you got, you know, etc. That's the what is. But if you bring it up and you elevate it, then it becomes more vibrational, more magnetic, more exciting. It opens it up to possibilities. But what's changed now, and I think this is just coming into the last few weeks, is if you pop it into what I call the magical field, or the creational field, or the infinite field, or the whatever term we want to use for it, it's like it has all the options connected up. It's not like it's got a specific outcome, but it's like, oh, there's a whole new reality with a whole new version of options that are already contiguously connected and streamed as possibility. If you just put it there and have a relationship with that sentient fieldness of it. So it's like, how do we talk about this stuff, you know?
I know.
It all sounds really crazy sometimes, but oh my gosh, it's so different. The reason I know about that is because I'm doing so much work in the coaching when I work with people on circumstances. And the minute I pop it there, like I can see what happens. So you can see the difference. The offers start coming in, the real estate agents start to be, you know, different in their thinking. They offer you new options. There's different legal outcomes. There's new, people are more amenable to how it, and it's innovational. Now you've been talking about innovating the whole field for a while. So I'll stop talking, having just kind of given an overview, and let you say what you see as well in it.
Yeah, I mean, oh, there's so much to say, especially when you've just been speaking and I'm like, oh, which bit do I want to pick up on? The thing about why I wanted to have this conversation was that the field is the thing that's most alive right now. So last week when we were looking, I could feel that this time that we're in, you know, before I would have said, oh, it's like a portal to something, and this wasn't. It was a wide open space of new, and we were being invited to this, just a new, completely new playground. And we were talking about the quantum new, and for me, I was talking about quantum innovation, which is taking those leaps. When you leap, you know, you literally leap reality, and you're creating something that you would never even conceive of as a possibility from where we are in this space now. So within all of that, as I was kind of feeling it last week, it's just like it came more and more alive around me. And it's like this quantum field had landed and was much more present around me. And I wanted to explore a bit more about what that was and how that works. But a few things that you said really resonate, and I've been feeling as well. And I was talking to a friend about it literally like this morning. In terms of how, like, just a tiny tweak in your perception and you've jumped reality, and in that reality everything works completely differently and things just pop into place like clockwork. So we were saying exactly the same thing, like something that in the morning could be like, oh, I really don't want to do that, and it's like, you know, you just jump field. Like you might go for a walk, or you might see something really beautiful, and you've jumped field. And in the new field, it takes you a couple of seconds to do that thing that was a huge problem before, and it's done and dusted, and you've got fab outcomes for it. And I had some cool examples of that last week with things where, one was, I thought I had needed to change my accountant, and then he just said, oh, my conversation with him was just like, it was like a new man that I was talking to. So it was like, oh, okay, maybe I don't, maybe it's still him. And my mom had the same with her insurance company. We were ringing around, and I'm like, God, it's much easier if they would just bring their price down. And then she just rang them, and they said, well, if you're doing less mileage, then we can drop the price. And it just came right down. And I'm like, God, it just is so easy when you're in that field. Yes. And not doing things from the old way. Yeah. So, okay, that's one thing. The other thing is that I think is different is where before we were creating, like in the old way, you were creating a circumstance or a reality or something that is specific. This is more like jumping dimensions, creating new worlds. So you're jumping, because I was going to say to you at the weekend, let's do a series about creating worlds where we all create our worlds.
Yes. I'd love that.
I think that's what we're doing now. Like, I think the leap isn't about specific, like, it's like when you leap to a whole new world. Yes. And we've got that possibility right now to create new worlds. And as I say that, like, I can literally feel the like that field like become more supercharged around me. And it's like the more we call it to, the more it can become. Yeah. I know I'm talking really fast, but it's like before you could have coasted along and just done what's next and what's next and what's next. Yeah. Here you have to instigate it. You have to be the source of it. You have to jump into and as big as you're ready to go, it's ready to play with you on. But if you do nothing, it almost feels like you're slipping backwards, because it's just nothing really moves. Yeah. And you can almost get drawn into the old world as it appeared to be. Yes. Yeah. It's like everything is heightened and it's all up to you for your choice.
Yeah. I love that term, jumping fields. Because you are jumping reality. Mm-hmm. And the realities are what is reality is just full of, I mean, there's some good stuff too in it, of course there is, but it's just full of, it's like that.
And the good stuff in that reality, when you jump fields, is a million times better. Like the colors are brighter, the nature's more glorious, like everything just becomes more glorious.
Your eyes see different things, your breath taken by wonder everywhere. I can get how there'd be some very logically minded people who might listen to us and say, you people are crazy. What are you talking about? Are you on drugs or something?
I know.
But this is a very practical thing. I mean, I see it every day with the people I work with, literally buying, selling homes, getting things to work out, starting a new business, dealing with your mother's had a fall and is paralyzed across the country, and all of these, as soon as you jump field, as soon as you come into the quantum new reality, then it's like the field isn't just there as possibilities offering it out to you. It's working on your behalf. That's, people call that magic, with a capital M, capital A, capital G, capital I, capital C, not teeny weeny little stuff. It's like source, God, creator, call it what you want. I don't care. I'm not attached to any of the terms, the infinite, whatever. It's working on your behalf, and you are it, and it is you. It's not like, here, help me. Okay, field, do your thing. No, you have to be an originator, an instigator, an activator, an enlivener, a quickener, an exhilarator.
You have to become the field, don't you? Like, you can't. It's not, you're not separate from the field. As soon as you separate, then it's not going to work for you. You have to be it. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to have this in love relationship with it. you know, you come at it from, I'm breathtaking by your magnificence, the same as I do when I'm teaching people about how to be with other people. It's the same thing with the field. It is this breathtaking creature, you could say. That's just, ah. And so, yes, so there's an in-love relationship with us. Like I'm falling in love with it all the time, which creates the exhilaration and the activation. But also, yes, the more I do that, the more I become it, the more it becomes me. And the more it grows, the more I become, the more I grow. So yes, that is absolutely true.
Yeah. I don't do that. I think I do it by becoming it. So I don't fall in love with it that way. And then, I mean, I
I
don't know.
get that. Yeah, there may be.
I become it. And then from that, the love comes, so, like it's just flipped the other way. As I become it, I love everything and I love it. And it's like,
I so get that. And other people may have all different ways of accessing it. That's the beauty of the mastery, isn't it? We all have our own ways into it. But for me, what we'll call the field is now the force. You know, may the force be with you. Like that was like when we watched Star Wars, it was like, oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? The force. Like, and now it's like there. And it is the new reality. It's full and rich with it, and it's who we are. We are it. It is us. That's true. Absolutely true. You know, and the more you know that, the more you can invoke wonder and beauty and magnificence and outcomes and options and newness in the field.
yeah.
You know, so it's just so exciting to me what's happening with it and what's dancing and becoming. So, yeah.
Yeah. So should we just move it a bit now and see what we get and just
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, that was so interesting. Do you want to say what you got first?
Don't mind, you can go.
No, go ahead, and I'll go.
So I saw this when we did one of our early calls, and I called it Lucy in reverse, and then afterwards I was like, that is such a weird thing to say, but I felt the same thing, like the energy was coming out and into me. So I asked some more questions this time. It was like everything that I had put out there as the quantum new and the new field was now returning into my body as I became it embodied in a new way, and I could feel myself sourcing it in an entirely new way. Yeah, I think the power of source and the power of us to be the instigators is much stronger. And it's not even just the power, it's like,
yeah,
that is who we are and that's how it works now. Yeah. And it's very alive, it's very tingly in me. More might occur as you speak, you talk.
I'm going to say it like this, and this might be for some people like, what? But we've designed this.
Yeah.
And I don't mean just you and I mean loads of us have designed and actualized this.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that source creator, whatever, isn't existing already and isn't in everything. Of course it is, but it wasn't very tangibly available to people. And for some people, yes, I suppose it was. But what we did is take a field of consciousness and plug it into infinite intelligence, super quantum it, super new it up, design it brand new, create a relationship with it, become it, see what happens when you become it, create more relationship with it, redesign it again, innovate it, pull possibilities, pull this, stream things together. And it's like we're constantly innovating the design of the field now. That's what we've been doing. And so we know how to do that. So consciousness is innovational.
Yes.
Consciousness used to be another version of what is or what could be. Those were your choices. Like here, okay, there's your answers, there's your insight, there's what's going on. Now you can see it from a different vibrational level. But now it's a playground, a canvas of innovational design in which anything can be actualized.
It's creational, right?
It's fully,
So it's moved from being an information source to being fully creational and
fully innovational. And the tools that are the foundations and principles and tools that are designed into that which we have designed are more than we had available to us before.
Yeah.
So the infinite intelligence is part of it. We embedded that into it. But where I used to go to infinite intelligence and it would go, okay, here, see it this way, you know, and we'd get, oh, wow, that's fantastic. Like I'd be like amazed. And now it's kind of like it and I are engaging in a creation, an exciting creation where I'm it is me. But I can still separate us if I want to. I kind of like that. I like engaging with it both separately and then also becoming it. I think in the end, we end up in the same place, you know? But it's providing us with, like I'm talking about how the connection of possibilities and how it all streams into literally, like you take a challenge and in the what is, you've only got this option and maybe this option, maybe this option. But if you come into this new innovational creational quantum field and you come in there, there are loads of options, but the intelligence of this field already has some of them connected and contiguously streamed as possible alternatives. Then it's, can you be with that? So if I'm coaching somebody, I do have a job to do of getting them to align to that. Not align to it like, oh, here's the outcome. No, it's not like that, but align to the possibilities, to be open to it, not come back and get stuck in the what is again. That's a key piece, is that if it's their circumstance, if it's their life playing out, I can come into the field with them and do all that, but they still have to stay aligned to it and keep it rolling. Do you see what I mean? So they have a job to learn to keep that rolling. Now, that may not be true. Maybe I can keep it rolling for them if I want to, but it's not something I have to put thought to or effort to.
Yeah.
I probably just have to go, I'll keep doing that. And my field, that field will keep doing that. And keep it
I don't know, because that's not my work. So I don't like, and when I work with friends and family on stuff, then I will do the former. So I will get them to align to it.
Yeah.
And keep opening the space for that, and then keep reminding them to stay in the new now and keep opening that space.
Yeah, because they have to stay aligned somehow, don't they? They do really.
They do, but actually then last week I was working with my uncle who is not nowhere near going to go to that space.
Yeah.
So I had to do it for like a health thing, and he had his consultant. So I just made sure I knew when every appointment was, and I had. So that's a lie. I do it sometimes.
Yes, I get that. And sometimes I might too, but I do think, you know.
But I will only do that if I really have to do that. I would much rather work source to source with someone and just be the space that holds their, I don't know how I'd describe it, but it just helps them pop into that. And makes it more likely that whatever it is that's going on will pop them into a space where they've got it and they can keep doing it for themselves. Like I'd much rather that.
I have an instance with a friend who's been selling a house with loads of challenges up front, and really she will message me with the next what is. I'll laugh and smile. I might even be in bed at 10 o'clock at night and I'll laugh and smile and just drop a message back and just it's not like I'm doing some big energy work. It's more like I just have to get her to just move to open that up, to see it differently. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. The house they're trying to sell, her brother had hung a canoe from the ceiling. And for her, that was like atrocious. All these people were going to walk in and see this canoe, and that was it. That would devalue the house. And I said, well, I don't know. I might walk in and see a canoe hanging from the ceiling and go, wow, this is a really cool house. Like, this is really different, like, and look at the possibilities of what you could do. And that just completely flipped it and took all the edge off it, all the angst away from it. I'm sure sure, no problem. They got offers on the house. They're working them out now, But if you get stuck in things like that, if you get into a what is, it's you can pull the thing back to what is.
Yeah.
And in the what is, there are only 2 or 3 options for outcomes of how that.
Well, as soon as you start going into that detail, like that's with my friend today, I'm like, okay, stop. If you start going in the detail, the energy drops, and it's like you have to just open it all up and be in that, and then the field is completely different that you're playing in.
Yeah.
But just to say as well, for me, my primary thing that excites me and where my work is not about existing circumstances at all. It is about quantum innovation and what's possible and what gets created from the seed of pure creation. So it's not really focused on looking at existing problems and things. And for me, when you move into that space of creation, the problems sort themselves out anyway.
Don't they? Instantly.
Instantly, yeah.
It's the most practical thing in the world.
Yeah.
It really is the most practical, useful thing I've ever found. My life and yours too. We have these lives that there's nothing wrong with them. Like we're healthy, we're abundant, our homes are nice, our friends are amazing. My online business in the whole of the last year, the pandemic had just kept on moving just as per normal, and I'm not, yes, I'm lucky I run an online business, but if I didn't, I'd sure have put one up and got it going for sure. But it would have been easy and effortless for me to do that. Because I
but that's
live in
as
this
well
reality.
because this is your passion, and that's the way that you like to do it. And I've said this a lot, that you don't have to work to get money. Like if you can still create whatever lifestyle you want a different way. And
you're the master of that one.
I didn't like working.
Whereas you see, I love coaching and I love doing live videos and stuff, and all that. So all I have to do now is just look at my job and go, oh, I've got a couple of free days. I think I wouldn't mind a call or two. Bing, 3 within an hour or two come in. I don't have to do any marketing or I'm not forcing anybody. I'm not calling. I don't even have to work in the field anymore. I'm so engaged with it. It is me. I am it. It is me. That I just have to go, oh, that'd be nice. Boom. There it is. No matter what. Yeah.
I was just going to say that the thing about this space is that it's not difficult to get into. So I can drop, like if I drop or if I'm not present, things will start. It's very responsive. So the second I'm not in it, things will pop up that are not so fun to deal with.
Yes.
But then the second I go into presence and into the new now, the things disappear or sort themselves out. So I know it's an energetic thing. And I think where we've been working with this for a long time, we're just hyper aware of where our energy is, and our reality responds really quickly to whatever that is.
It's because the field and us aren't separate anymore. It used to be there. I'd go there. I'd have to go way up and out, and I'd have to really work to get higher consciousness take or an infinite intelligence thing. And now it's just like, it's right here. It's in the earth. It's in nature. It's in the house. It's in me. It's in you. It's in life. It's the air we breathe. It's all of it. All of it. It's the field is part of us now. So, and that's like being super connected all the time. It's just amazing to me, that what's happened. So, and that's all going alongside of all the stuff in the what is. You know, like, but to me, I'm just fascinated by all this and by building a new world and new concepts of how we work and innovating everything. Oh my God, that's just so exciting to me. So, and I know it is to you too. So that's where we play. So that probably wraps it up. Anything else for you that
No, I was just about to say, I think we're at a good close.
Yeah. So we'll probably do more of these for the Awesomeness of New group. If anybody wants to join that group, it's an open group and you can listen to our conversations and see what you think. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.